Good evening, everybody. Hello. I'm so happy to see all of you here. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Sue James. I'm the head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering here at CSU. And tonight we're here to celebrate the 100-year anniversary of our American Society of Mechanical Engineers, or ASME, student section. And yes, it's the student section here at CSU. Okay, so ASME itself began in about 1880, but it was in 1914 that the student section was established here by Professor James Lawrence, who was the first department head of mechanical engineering. Of course, back in 1880, we were known as the Agricultural College of Colorado, but we still like to think of ourselves as CSU. So here we are 100 years later, and with over 1,000 mechanical engineering undergraduates in the department and a great ASME student section. So what better reason to have a party, right? And so that's why we're here tonight. Yeah, woo! So tonight what we're going to do is we're going to look back at time and savor our history, and we'll also hear from our current students about what's going on today, and then we'll look a little bit into the future. And I wanted to invite all of you here. So who's here today? We have some of our best students here, especially our ASME members and officers. And we have lots of faculty and alumni to help us celebrate. We're particularly glad that Woodward came to help celebrate with us. So I thought I'd take a second and explain what's going to happen tonight. First, we're going to hear a few very brief remarks from some of our faculty who've been in the department even longer than I have about our history. And then we're going to stop, and the Hilton staff are going to help us go up to the buffet and serve ourselves. And you start at that end of the buffet, and there's a menu there so you can tell what's available. If you have allergies or anything, just ask us, and we'll let you know what's gluten-free and so forth. And then we're going to, once we all get seated again, we'll start the program again. And we're going to hear from our current students first. She says, trying to pull her papers apart. And don't worry, the bar will be open the entire time, okay? And because dessert's already at the table, essentially we thought we'd start the program while people were eating and kind of work through it, and then we'll hang out and talk some more to each other. So let's begin by hearing from two of the faculty who've been in the department even longer than I have. I've been here for 20 years, and both of these men are very important mentors to me. And we're going to start with Alan Kirkpatrick because he's doing the early part of the history, okay? So Alan Kirkpatrick joined the mechanical engineering faculty in 1980 after graduating with his PhD from MIT. During his career here at CSU, his research in thermal systems has spanned solar buildings, electronics, rockets, and engines, and he was my predecessor as department head, serving from 2001 to 2010. One of his favorite memories as a professor is visiting alumni and hearing them talk about their times at CSU. Also, Alan has been extremely active in ASME his entire career, and most recently with ASME 2030. And I encourage all of you junior faculty in the room to follow in Alan and Fred's footsteps, because as we'll hear tonight, ASME adds so much value to everything we do. So let's start with Dr. Kirkpatrick.